What up, Alpha Team? It's DJ AlphaTyler back again with another reaction. And y'all know it is Sunday. We usually hit up something different. We got a little bit of a late start today. We only doing one reaction. We ain't doing no Patreon requests, nothing like that. But y'all also know Nightwish Takeover Week is about to start up. So if y'all don't know Nightwish, haven't checked them out, this is a good time to be on board. Be ready to hit that up. Check that out. All that stuff. But we are about to get into a new track that Bryson just dropped today. Before we do that, y'all know I got to talk to y'all about the Coldest Water. If y'all haven't checked out the Coldest Water bottle, make sure you do. This is the last water bottle you're ever going to need. Okay, this thing comes with a lifetime warranty. It'll keep your drinks cold for up to 36 hours. All that, man. If y'all are interested in taking a chance, entering your name to win some gear from the Coldest Water, make sure that you hit up that top link in my description below. And also make sure if you want to buy some now, you hit up that second link. Y'all can take a chance to buy, well, not take a chance. Y'all can go out and buy some of your own gear from the Coldest Water. They got these water bottles, they got half gallons, they got everything. And so make sure that if y'all want some of that, y'all go buy it. Use my promo code AT at checkout. That's AT for AlphaTyler. And also, if you're going to spend $50 or more for the month of October only, use the promo code DARK if you're a coffee drinker and get yourself a free 1-pound bag of the darkest coffee. That's really all I got for that. We're going to go ahead and talk about Bryson for a minute because Bryson he's been making waves. We've been checking out what he's been doing. I know I missed a couple of tracks that I wanted to react to, but I definitely, Pick Up the Phone was the last reaction that I dropped, and that track was deep. We know Bryson. We know he's one of them MAGA boys. We know he's gonna be a soldier for Christ, and we know that he's gonna talk about them conservative politics. And we got this one right here called Uncle Tom. I'm guessing somebody been out here calling this man Uncle Tom. So we got to check out what he's bringing with this one, see where he's going with it, all that. I ain't going to talk no more. I'm just going to go ahead and jump into the reaction. Y'all know I'm super psyched to see it. So, let's get it.
What defines an Uncle Tom? I think I figured it out. After being called Uncle Tom, Coon, Sellout, all these different names throughout my course of being a conservative online. Every time you turn on the news, someone's mother, black mother, is crying about their black child. They got killed by another black child. Raised by...
Hey, before we... I'm going to back up so I can hear this whole message. But, facts, man. I saw the Hodge twins in there. I don't know the rest of these. Y'all can fill me in on who else is down in that compilation right there. Let me know down in the comments. But real facts, man. We're in 2020 right now, and we're talking about black people who have their own mind, have a message that goes contrary to what the media thinks that they should be. Man, we out calling them Uncle Toms and all this other stuff, man. How about they're a free thinker? How about people like Bryson, people like the Hodge twins, people like that, man? What if they're just thinking for themselves? They're not just taking that media line that's being fed to them. They're just giving what they want to give, man. Come on.
Every time you turn on the news, someone's mother, black mother, is crying about their black child. They got killed by another black child. Raised by another black mother. If you point that out, you're Uncle Tom.
When you a black conservative, what type of words you get? House Negro, Uncle Tom, the worst of it. The Democrats selling us dreams and we purchase it. The rappers making tracks about killing blacks and we worship it.
Man, hang on. Because we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about, hey, this thing, man. They call you a House Negro. They call you Uncle Tom. They call you whatever, all this stuff. But the Dems, the Democratic Party, they're selling this dream to black people, man. And if you don't buy it, like, you're crazy, right? Like, there's no way you could be a free thinker. There's no way you could be someone like Bryson who just thinks that everyone is on that even playing field. Man, we in America, we're in the greatest country on earth. Bryson, the only difference between Bryson and some of these other rappers, man, is that Bryson sees the American dream. He sees, you know what? If I go out and work for this, I'm going to get it. It's crazy to me, man. We're looking at these divisions based on color. I watched Bryson do this Why I Walked Away from the Left. Because if y'all didn't know, Bryson used to be a Democrat. And I watched him talk about why he walked away from the left. And straight facts, man. Like, dude used to be sold on that dream. And he talked about it. He talked about, you know, growing up as a black man in America, I'm sold. You got to be a Democrat. That's the default. You got to work to get away from that. But why? Why people ain't got to deal with that? You want to talk about something racist in America? Why do white people get to choose? But black people, y'all locked in on something on a default. That's racist, man. Like, y'all want to talk about real racism? That's racist.
Dreams and we purchase it. The rappers making tracks about killing blacks and we worship it. Democrats thrive on identity politics. White liberals telling us how to live and we follow it. Even though we grew up with values that were opposite. Can y'all not tell they establishing dominance? When you disagree, they gotta attack. Why every time I get called racial slurs is somebody black? Why do I get death threats from people saying Black Lives Matter? Why do people call me brother then turn ghost like Casper? Why you protesting in streets but then you glorify rappers? Them the same ones in every song saying they'll clap you. Saying cops killing us, but man, we killing us faster. Then the media ignores it, so it goes right past it. The church is becoming worldly, ain't no help from the pastors. Burning down our own businesses, who got the matches? And I
Hey man, he's you gotta throw a hook in here, Bryson. Like I can't take all that in without pausing. I don't want to be pausing in the middle of what you're saying because you're spitting so many facts. You're talking about burning down businesses. Who got the matches? We're looking out here at these riots right now all across America. Who got the matches? Who going behind that? Y'all ain't burning down, looting businesses based on who owns them. You're burning down and looting based on what you want. He's saying right there, he's saying, who burning down businesses? Who got the matches? It's the people out here leading this stuff. It's the people out here going through this. The NFAC, no any more coalition, right? Like they out here burning all this stuff down. They doing that. They're mostly black. They might all be black. He talking right there. He's like, you calling me brother, but then you turn a ghost like Casper. He's saying, hey. You calling me brother, but then when you find out my values, you see what I stand for, you running away. And how he started off all this right here, he said, I've been called racial slurs more times by black people than white people. Man, like, what is the race issue? It ain't a race issue. I've been talking about that. I've been saying that. If y'all hit up that Mises interview that I did on Saturday, y'all see. Like, we've been talking about it. It's a socio-economic issue, sure, where we're coming from. Like, our backgrounds, all that kind of hold us in separate places. Y'all want to talk about the real reform needed in America? It's that criminal justice reform. Sometimes that criminal justice system unfairly, hits people that ain't going in the right direction. But that ain't about black and white. And y'all can say blacks are more disproportionately affected. Blacks also gravitate more toward those population centers. Man, I'll tell you, as a white guy in America, those factors come into play more. How you grew up, like what class you were in, more than any race factor. You can come in America as a black man to rural Kentucky where I grew up. Y'all probably, if you got a little bit, you got something. You're going to be better off than them poor kids that grew up in Kentucky because, like, it ain't a race thing where we're at today, man. I'm telling y'all. And Bryson is 100% champion in this message. I appreciate what he's saying and all this, man. He's saying, hey, look at where you're coming from. Look at who you're hitting. But he's also throwing out there, he's saying, hey, man, black people been more discriminatory to me for standing for this message because he supports Trump, because he's behind this conservatism, this conservative movement. Black people been more discriminatory to him than white people have, man. What does that tell y'all about where we're at?
Really ain't no help from the pastors, burning down our own businesses. Who got the matches? And I gotta blame the media, cause who got the masses? They like Ali when he was Clay, cause they just go where the cash is. Outrage, bring the checks, they get the checks and they cash it. Here comes the Shine Kings, Al Sharptons and Jesse Jacksons. And we all one race, but they just put us in factions so they can continue they plan all while controlling what happens. When you a black conservative, what type of words you get? House Negro, Uncle Tom, the worst of it. The Democrats selling us dreams and we purchase it, but rappers making tracks about killing blacks and we worship it.
If I say we can improve our own community, we can keep more of our children living, we can keep more of our neighborhoods, well kept, our families intact. I'm an Uncle Tom.
Rest in peace, King Face and Herman Cat. Man, yo, nah, hang on. So he dropped this today. Y'all told me the other day that King Face was sick. Y'all asked me to keep him in my prayers, man. Legit, did King Face really just pass away? Because, like, that's the first I'm hearing about that. Like, man, if that's true, like, prayers to his family. I hate that. Like, he put in that rest in peace to King Face and Herman Cain. I mean, I'm sure he's with it. He's about it. Like, he ain't doing that, man. That's a sad time, man. Shout out Tyson, Kelvin, and Bryson. I know they got that MAGA Boys track with King Face, man. I've seen some interviews, Bryson talking about King Face being a huge impact on him. And so, like, man, it's sad time, man. My heart goes out to all them dudes. King Face's family, like, all that, man. Like, I legit haven't seen anything about that. I've been dealing with my own stuff over this weekend, and so, man, that's rough. I know, like, Herman Cain passed away too. I know he's mentioning Herman Cain, and so shout out to Herman Cain. Herman Cain in a few years ago was my pick. I think 2012 in the Republican primary, man. Herman Cain was my pick because, like, talk about somebody who breaks them lines, breaks them barriers, really goes above and beyond, like, has a plan, has that history and everything, sheds that Democrat myth, makes their own way, and they're standing for the Republican Party. Like, Herman Cain was an icon. Herman Cain was a hero, man, and he giving that rest in peace King Face and Herman Cain. And shout out to both of them for real. And shout out anybody, man. Like, it ain't just them two. It ain't just Bryson. It's any black man in America. You ain't gotta be stuck on that default setting. Like, you ain't gotta go with the Democratic Party just because that's where you're born and told that you gotta be, right? I'll see how he plays out this video. I think he's doing a moment of silence. Let me back up, say that, because I don't want Dead Space my video without you guys knowing why. Looks like we're doing a moment of silence, man. We're going to do that with him. This ain't about color on this channel, man. Y'all know that.
I'm Uncle Tom.
Alright, so that was Bryson Gray with Uncle Tom, and I'm sure that's something he's gotten a lot. I mean, we're in a society today where Terry Crews, someone who spoke out about women's rights, has spoke out about, black rights, all that stuff in America today is being called a coon and Uncle Tom and all that stuff because he ain't getting with the program, he ain't sticking with the crew. Man, that's ridiculous. Like, what Bryson's bringing in this is a message, and it's something everybody needs to hear. He's talking about, hey, I'm going to be me. I'm going to stand for my values. I'm going to go with what I know and I think is right, man. And the fact is, man, I'm getting more hate. I'm getting more, discrimination from what should be my own side. If y'all want to put down these lines, y'all want to put down these lines about race, y'all saying like black people got to be on one side, white people on the other, y'all the ones hating the most. I love what Bryson's bringing in this. I think it's relevant. I think it's a message everybody needs to hear. Y'all let me know what you guys think down in the comments. As always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Where do we go next? All that stuff. I need to get back and catch those Bryson tracks that I missed because I genuinely missed a few. I appreciate Bryson. By the way, shout out. I saved it to the end of the video because nobody watches the end of my videos. But shout out to Bryson because he shared one of my reactions to his songs last week. Meant a ton to me because he's sitting next to 80,000, something like that, subscribers. And I had a reaction to one of his songs, had like 63 views at the time he shared it. It's jumped up now, it's like at 700 or something. He got that message out there and everything, and kind of shared my opinion of his music. No reason he had to do that, but 100% appreciate that support, appreciate that love. And Bryson, if Bryson ends up watching this, I'd love to get him on the channel. I'd love to talk about, some of his views, kind of expose him to the audience over here and everything. But this dude's 100%. He's real, he's legit, he's about his message, and I'm with that. Whether he's talking about Christ, he's talking about politics, he is Bryson. He stands for himself, and he ain't letting nobody change that. I'm with that 100%. Y'all let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know where we go next. DJ AlphaTyler, appreciate y'all hanging out with me for a minute. Hope you're staying safe, taking care of yourselves, and I'll catch you guys next time.